Hello and welcome to Drive Dive. Today we are going to talk about the Volkswagen lineup, and in particular the Volkswagen Touareg. So Volkswagen in itself has sibling companies whereby we have the Audis, we have the Porsches. Once we go into the higher echelons, we have the Bugattis and we have the Bentleys. So coming down sasa to the more affordable vehicles, Audi and Volkswagen generally share a lot and they have a lot in common, whereby we have the Audi Q7 and then we have the Volkswagen Touareg. Volkswagen Touareg in itself, it's a mid-size luxury SUV in the likes of the BMW X5, the Mercedes GLEs. Those are some of its competitors. Volkswagen in itself is known for producing wonderful vehicles. We have the Volkswagen Golf, we have the Volkswagen Tiguans, the R-Line editions, and then we have the Volkswagen Touareg, which is a mid-size luxury SUV, both good on and off-road. So today we're going to talk about what makes the 2016 Volkswagen Touareg special, whether it is a good suit for you, and whether you should consider it in the Volkswagen group. So let's dive into it. So let's talk about the face and the appeal of the Volkswagen Touareg. So the front face of this particular model, starting off with the grille system, it typically looks like the Volkswagen Golf, whereby we have the chrome strips running right here and then the Volkswagen badge, typical in the Volkswagen group. Tukikuja kwa the lights, we have the daytime running lights, the xenon and the LED lights. We have the headlight washers right here. We have the 4 parking sensors, whereby it is assisted using the Volkswagen safety technology to help you park better. We have the chrome strip running all across the vehicle. As you can see, it swoops all around the vehicle. That is just a design element. Then you can any advantage, just a beauty element, aesthetic feature. We have the fog light down below right here, and then we have a very massive ground clearance, whereby inaonesha hii gari it was meant for slight off-roading and then majorly on-roading. So let's talk about what powers this particular vehicle. What is under the hood of this particular vehicle? It is a 3-liter V6 turbocharged engine. It's quite powerful, quite powerful, and it is a petrol system. So the engine options that you'll find in Volkswagen Touareg, first of all, we have the 3.6 liter VR6. The VR6 generally, it's like the V6, but ikona a less sharp angle. Unajua venye V6 ikona maybe angle ya 60 to 90. VR6 ikona angle ya 10 to 15, whereby it almost looks like an inline 6. Almost. Ikona a less sharp angle compared to the V6, and it also performs better. The 3-liter V6 ndio utapata kwa most Volkswagens, unless you consider the other option, which is the 3-liter supercharged V6, and it also has an electric motor, making it a hybrid. So this particular engine, generally, it's quite powerful and quite reliable. It produces 240 horsepower and 550 Newton meters of torque. So towing capacity ya hii gari, it's quite high. It's almost on par na za Hilux. And the power produced by this vehicle, kama hauto anything, it's quite nice. Ini have German vehicle, and typically German vehicles ziko spec'd for running on the Autobahn. Unaweza imagine what you can achieve with this engine. So let's go to the side profile of the Volkswagen Touareg. So on the side profile of the Volkswagen Touareg, it has an appeal same to the Porsche Cayenne and the Audi Q7. It has the same body structure. Ukiingia sasa in the power options and the diff locks, uko chini sasa, the powering system, the transmissions, that's where the most companies wanna tweak the engines a bit, and they tweak the transmissions a bit to favor the companies and to favor their vehicles. So on the side profile, let's start off from the roofs. We have the roof rails on top. We have the shark fin on top. We have these chrome strips going around the mirrors, similarly to the Volvo XC90s. This particular model is the sport spec, whereby we have 3 trim options. We have the sport, the luxe, and the executive. The sport category hautapata the sunroof, so hii particular model sio yenye inakuja na sunroof, so atuonyesha sunroof yote. Kuja kwa side mirrors, we have the indicators right here on the, and similar to the other side, we don't have the blind spot cameras on the other side mirror, since this particular vehicle iko placed in such a way that ukitumia the side mirrors uko na visibility from all sides quite nicely. Tukikuja on the body panels, we have the chrome strip running all across, and the ground clearance, as you can see, iko quite massive, quite massive, and it is aided by the 18-inch alloy wheels, which are quite beefy, denoting that it grips the road quite nicely. The thing that you'll notice while driving the Volkswagens ni juu ya hii beefy tires and the stance that imekaa kwa barabara. Ukiangalia Volkswagens ziko generally wide, center of gravity yake iko low, and tires zake ziko beefy vizuri. So when cornering at high speeds, juu hizi gari ziko meant kuenda speeds over 200, when cornering at massive speeds, hii gari ni ngumu sana encounter body rolls. So let's go onwards to the rear review of the Volkswagen Touareg. Coming to the rear of the Volkswagen Touareg, we have the brake light on top. Ukiangalia hakuna badging mingi sana. This is just the base model. Typically sasa ndio the sport model, but the sport model umesikia engine inakuja nayo, so iko quite powerful pia. We have the LEDs right here. We have this chrome right here inakuja hapa kwa tailgate, whereby imeingia ndani zaidi, inaongeza the aesthetics of the rear of the Volkswagen group. Ukikuja hiyo chrome strip ile nilisema ina run all around, ndio hii sasa continuation yake. We have this massive tow hitch yenye inasaidiwa na hiyo 550 Newton meters of torque kuweza kutoa vitu zako quite nicely. We have the rear parking sensors right here, here and here. We have the reflectors sasa zenye usiku zinasaidianga kuonyesha the extent of your vehicle right here and the other side there. So this is an electric tailgate, power tailgate basically. So with the push of a button inajiinua juu. Once inside, tunaona venye trunk yake ni massive, comparable to the GLEs in some aspects. On the right side of the Volkswagen Touareg, we have two buttons. One inasaidia kulower this seat, and the other button inasaidia kulower this seat. So once I push this button and the other one, unaona zina inama tu. We have the straps here whereby unazitumia ku tie down your cargo, and on the other side we have a small storage compartment on the side. Unaweza tumia kuweka labda your books and other things delicates, hutaki zishinde zikiroll kwa trunk. Ukikuja sasa hapa juu, we have a 12 volt output whereby you can plug in your cooler, and we have the light here inakusaidia ku offload vitu usiku, usisahau kitu kwa trunk. Underneath this panel right here, we have the tool kits, the tire tool repair kits, and then we have a massive spare tire. Hizi sasa zitangwa space saver. Ukiangalia even the shape, hizi hazikujangi directly na pressure, but unaweza kuwa na ile gauge ile unaweza ongeza pressure directly, kama kunaanga na zile devices basically unaweza weka tire yako pressure. So ukikuwa na hiyo device na uko na hii tire, unaweza refill the tire yako hewa in quite a bit, kama 2 minutes 5 minutes hapo tu, na kuitoa hewa it's quite easy. Unaideflate tu haraka. Unaweza pata tutorials zake YouTube, hiyo siwezi onyesha in this video review. So let's go onwards to the interior of the Volkswagen Touareg. In the interior of the Volkswagen Touareg, starting off with the materials, hii gari imejaa leather, and that is something good actually. In a premium SUV such as this, for the prices that you buy these particular vehicles, huwezi expect cloth seats and a plastic dash. Utakuwa umegongwa kwa kweli sana. Now, the thing that I like about this premium feels za hizi magari ni unapata pia wana offer thigh support in this particular models. Since I am a tall person, when mostly sitting in the driver seat, the rear seats ama the co-driver seat, kuna wanga na issue ya una feel ni kama umekaa kwa stool in a way. But the premium brands generally offer thigh support. Utaipata pia kwa Audis, and niko sure kwa Mercedes iko. GLE haikuwa nayo, but uko ukienda sasa into the higher trims utaipata. which I think inafaa kuwekwa even kwa the base model. Si lazima ikuwe ile adjustable, ikuwe tu an extra padding. Inakwanga quite comfortable ukikalia gari kama hii yenye iko nayo. So the seats are electric adjustable. They don't have the perforated leather on the seats, unfortunately, but the dash, the glove box, quarter, even the center console, it's leather padded. Now this center console right here iko interesting sana. So they adjusted it such a way that, for example, seme your co-driver hataki hii armrest ikue all the way in the front, labda anataka kutumia the cup holder at the moment, labda ako na drink. So unaweza move independently the armrests, which I think it's quite a good feature. Hiyo ni feature poa sana. So usi ita move two at once like this, and then block the cup holders. Unaweza acha cup holder moja, hiyo ingine unatumia hivi comfortably. So the key fob blocks like this. Kuna two options za kupower hii gari. We have the push to start button right here, and also you can use the key fob, unaingiza tu ndani, just like Mercedes mingi, ukisha turn your car inawaka. This particular vehicle pia inakuja na the dual zone climate controls, so you can adjust the climate of one side of the vehicle different than the other using the buttons right here or on the screen. Kuna hii button ya climate whereby unaweza adjust. Since this is an 8-inch touch screen, unaweza adjust as required. So iko na heated seats as well, whereby ukiza use the buttons right here on the sides, unaweza adjust the temperatures of the seats as required. And overall, it's quite easy to use. This button, ukishai push, inawasha your display. So let me power on this particular vehicle. Hii inatumika ku power on and power off the infotainment. And then hii inatumika ku move kwa the navigations. Hii inatumika kuongeza the volume and ku reduce the volume as required. So right now, tuzime gari juu tusidrain the battery. Tukuje hapa sasa kwa the infotainment section ya hapa katikati. We have an electric parking brake. You can turn off the start and stop feature right here. I would always advise turn it off. Gari mingi hizi vitu ziliekwa, ziliongezeka cost zingine crazy juu ya battery size. Uko na this button right here. Unaweza engage on and off-road conditions. So ukiweka off-road, basically umetoa power from the front wheels, umezipeleka zikuwe pia kwa the rear wheels, so zinaongeza traction zaidi, whereby tu ni rahisi just by the push of a button. So ukikuja kwa the Volkswagen group, kwa Audis kuna kitu quattro system. Kwa Audis inaitwa the 4Motion. 4Motion ni kama the 4-wheel drive system, inatumika tu kama quattro system. Basically naweza sema zinatumika tu kama quattro. Ina deliver to the power adequately to all the rear wheels, na ni better kuliko the all-wheel drive setups mingi sana. Haya. What else do we have right here? We have the lane keeping assist button right here, and that's it. So ukiangalia tu hii steering setup right here, unaona tu hizi ni vitu za pick up your calls, unaweza pair your wifi. Ukikuja on the other side, we have the buttons whereby since we have the screen centered right here, ukishawasha, unaona we have a screen at the center right here. Ukiona tu vizuri. So tukiwasha, unaona we have the screen centered right here. So tuwashe gari, tusidrain battery too. The mileage of this particular vehicle is 114,787. On this side tukona speedometer inaonyesha ya RPMs, on the other side inaonyesha ya top speed. Down here tukona gauge inaonyesha your temperatures, and on the other side inaonyesha your fuel levels. Right now iko extremely low, so staki gari run for long. At the moment unaweza ona sasa e-center display inakuonyesha which particular doors are open. Unaweza switch in between the menus using these buttons right here easily, whereby unaweza check your navigation ikuwe displayed right here while driving. Si lazima ushinde ukiturn your head, so unaweza kuwa tu unaangalia mbele, and ukiangalia tu hapa unaona your navigation, unaweza check your audio, unaweza pick calls, unaweza angalia your vehicle settings, and then hii ingine ya mwisho ni assistant features. Hiyo sasa ni the parking assist features. So let's turn off this vehicle. Haya. So tukikuja on this side we have the light features whereby sasa hizi zinatumika to control the fog lights, the DRLs and the high beams and the low beams. Now hii gari inakuja na the rain sensing technology whereby automatically once it starts raining wipers zinajiwasha, so you can turn it on or off as you like. What hatujaongelea sana sana kwa hii gari actually ni storage. Kuna hidden storage features ziko kwa hii gari. For example, hii yenye imejificha hapa kwa center console, uko na 12 volt socket, and then hapa ndani we have a deep storage. Unaweza weka maybe your coins and cards. Inside here we have two cup holders, quite massive. Tukikuja inside this panel right here, we have a deep storage hapa katikati, and then we also have a 12 volt socket. Haya, at the top we have this hidden storage whereby hapa unaweza weka maybe your cards and credentials. The glove box as well, quite massive and quite big. Iko the sunglasses holder right here. So on this side we have the options to adjust our side mirrors whereby unaweza zilock once umefind your adequate height. Juu side mirrors zina vary na height ya mtu. Kuna watu wafupi, kuna watu warefu. So unaweza adjust either ziende juu or low, unaweza zifanya ziende mbele or nyuma, ulock. Haya, we have the buttons here, unaweza adjust your mirrors, and then the child lock for the rear seats ziko hapa pia. In the rear seats of the Volkswagen Touareg, we have adequate toe room, leg room, and as well headroom, as you can see. Now we have the cargo nets helping you for further storage right here and right here. The door panels, kuna a very large storage whereby unaweza place even 1 liter sized water bottles, which I think it's a bonus. We have underneath here a 12 volt adapter. We have the climate controls right here, and underneath here kuna storage panel, unaweza weka labda your devices ukicharge. Since this particular vehicle it's a 4-wheel drive, always expect we have a lamp at the center. This being here, it will always affect the person who is sitting at the center, the fifth passenger. So the person sitting on the sides watakuwa comfortable, but the person at the center hakwangi considered as much. Ndo maana pia unapatanga cup holders ziko centered hapa. So the design of this cup holder kwangu not the best, kuongea ukweli, na prefer zile ziko hapa zimefichwa, ndio ukitaka kutumia armrest pekee hauko na hii gap, inakuwa obstruction, which I think inasomboanga in some cases. Now the rear doors venye tunaona tu ziko leather padded very nicely. The sound system quite punchy, and I think this particular model for a family vehicle, it is very nice and quite adequate. Now if you have babies and uko na zile baby seats, we have the isofix position, unaweza center hapa and right here as well, and zinasaidia ku lock your baby seats, kuongeza the safety of your children as well. So who is this particular vehicle for? This particular vehicle, it's built on a sportier engine. It's built for someone who seeks more fun in driving just than going from point A to B, lakini bado you are family oriented. So iko na isofix positions, iko na balance ya kubeba a family, whether you're going for long trips, whether you're going for short trips. Iko fuel economical, and it will offer power both in the low rev range and in the high rev range. So if you're seeking a family vehicle that is sporty, that has the power, and yet it is quite comfortable and quite easy to maintain, quite reliable, I will highly convince you to get a Volkswagen Touareg. So, thank you for tuning in to Drive Dive, and see you on the next episode.